2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 1 to 11. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome the saints and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindred and tongues and nation. The Antichrist made war with the saints, caused debate whether these saints are the righteous Jewish remnant or the church. Those who believe the church goes through the tribulation use this passage as a proof text. The teach that the church is on earth at this time. Note, however, the word church is used in Revelation chapter 2 and 3 7 times. Chapter 2, verse 1, 8, verse 8, verse 12. Chapter 18, verse 18. Chapter 3, verse 1, 7, and 14. But now mentioned again after chapter 3. Had the saints mentioned here being the church, Darwin has said he made war against the church, according to Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. The judgment for the believers take place in heaven prior to this war on saint mentioned here in Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. The third point is that the multitude that came out of the great tribulation in Revelation chapter 7, verse 14, having made their robes white in the blood of the Lamb, are in heaven and not on earth. Daniel infers the Jews are the saints in Revelation chapter 7, verse 24 and 25. When it identifies the fourth empire of the beast, thus these saints are the Jewish remnant being persecuted along with anyone who refuses to worship or take the mark of the beast. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life, or whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Let me read that again. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that lives into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Unlike those who worship the beast, sealing their doom for eternity, there will be individuals on earth during the tribulation because of their testimony and unwillingness to follow the beast, will have their name written in the book of life, given the eternal life and access to heaven. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. The prophet spoke about the common tribulation and about Israel. He will, and at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of our people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, and that our people shall be delivered. Every one that shall be found written in the book, part of this group is the 144,000 who will be caught up at the mid-tribulation and appear in heaven before the throne. See Revelation chapter 14, verse 1 through 3. For the Jews remnant to make it through this part of tribulation, who will require patience and endurance. Verse 10. The death by the sword refers to beheading predicted to occur at this time. See Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. And he exercised all his power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was sealed. And he did great wonders, so that he made fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of man. Okay. And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had wounded by a sword and did live. And he had great power to give life unto the image of the beast. The image of the beast shall both be, and cause the enemy would not worship the image of the beast to be killed. And it calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, that say he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, that him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. A second beast joins the Antichrist at the midpoint of tribulation. The Antichrist has risen from the sea of the nations, the Mediterranean Sea region, see chapter 13, verse 1, of the earth, suggesting his rising among the common people inhabiting the planet. This is only released in the 31 places in the New Testament where the Lamb is not a symbol of Christ, but representing man. False prophet proposes as Christ, deceiving the world as a false prophet and invisible, creating an image that would live and speak through supernatural power, verse 15. It would also call for fire from heaven, verse 13. Since horns represents authority, in this place the two horns can refer to one man has spiritual authority over two religions. Scholars differ on the subject, however, having been in the Middle East countless times. There are two religions that are prominent, Islam and Roman Catholicism. The Catholic Church owns two large sections of Jerusalem along with the Orthodox group. While it's purely speculation, many students of prophecy, both Protestants and Catholics, believe the false prophet will be either an apostate pope or an inevitable elect pope. In Islam, Muslims accept Christ as the prophet but reject his teachings that Christ, the Son of God. As Moses taught that Allah is not begotten and had no son. In true Christianity, one must believe Christ is the Son of God to be saved. See John chapter 3, verse 36, and chapter 9, verse 35. 1 John chapter 5, verse 10. If the false prophet denies the divinity of Christ, he opposes as Christ, proving his identity using miracles to indicate his claim, then the world will be deceived into thinking Christ has returned to earth. In the Islamic apocalyptic teaching, there is a belief that Jesus called is Mary, Jesus, son of Mary, will appear at the White Mosque in Damascus and join the Mahdi and defeat the false Messiah, whom they believe is the Antichrist. Now here these traditions are parallel to Revelation 13. The Antichrist kills the two witnesses, then establishes his headquarters in Jerusalem. Afterward, the false prophet enters the scene, joining with him to perform false miracles, beheading anyone who refused to worship the beast or join in the beast's religion. The dragon Satan gives the second beast the equal power of the first, verse 12. For the Antichrist invades Jerusalem, he will unite the anticipated empire from the area of ancient Babylon. The deadly wound is healed, verse 13. Okay. The abomination image that makes Jerusalem desolate. Chapter 13, verse 14 and 15. Christ first mentioned the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet. A statement Matthew did not understand when he wrote, "Whosoever readeth, let him understand." Matthew chapter 24, verse 15. The word abomination in Hebrew, ta, and in the Hebrew scripture, usually refer to something spiritual, disgusting, especially any type of man-made icon or idol. In the New Testament, an abomination is also something detestable and is often divided with idolatry. The following fact must be assessed when determine what this abomination is. First, the abomination did not occur before the birth of Christ, as some have suggested, when such evil men as Antiochus placed a shrine upon the brass altar in Jerusalem around 168 BC. If this were the abomination Christ mentioned, Matthew would not have said to let the person reading Christ's word understand them. This indicated it was a future abomination. Second, the abomination had not occurred when Matthew wrote his gospel about AD 37 to 40, which was after Christ's ascension to heaven. Some preterious teachers, such as Joseph's witness account concerning cosmic sign prior to the temple destruction in AD 70, and said it is a fulfillment of the abomination making Jerusalem desolate. They also teach that with Jerusalem destruction, the time of tribulation occurred and has long passed. In the setting of Daniel's abomination prophecy, it occurs after the sacrifice at the temple is taken away. See Daniel chapter 11, verse 31, chapter 12, verse 11, which occurred at mid-tribulation. The abomination later occurred when the false prophet makes an icon. The King James Version call this an image. Verse 14 and 15 of the Antichrist. Thus, through satanic miracle, see 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9, the enemy makes the image speak, forcing the people to worship the image or be killed. Verse 15. This is a strong delusion, Paul warned of. See the article, What is a Strong Delusion? In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 18 and 12. When the image of the beast speak and live, see Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. Devout Jews will flee Jerusalem to the wilderness, see Revelation chapter 12, verse 6. Predicted by Christ in Matthew chapter 24, verse 16. Note that God forbids the worship of images, see Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 22. Your man will worship the image, icon, or the beast. Chapter 13, verse 4, 8, 12. Chapter 14, verse 9 and 11. Okay. So that is it for today and for this month. And I will see you next month. Bye bye. Until then.